All right, great victory. Homecoming. I'm sure everybody who came back to this game enjoyed it, and a lot of really good things happened. First of all, just getting the victory was great. I thought that defense really did a nice job most of the day. Defense scored again for us. It's 2 scores in 2 weeks, which is nice. We ran the ball well again. Sometimes you run the ball and you get only 2 or 3 yards, you just get disappointed. But yeah, it's kind of part of the deal when you run the ball. Sometimes you don't get but 1 or 2 or 3, and then over time you finally break one. And we have run the ball extremely well in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Hopefully we'll continue to be able to do that. I thought that overall Hudson played well. I don't like that pick much. I know he didn't either. But other than that, I thought he played a very good game. Bryce getting in there was good to just get a taste of it. He overthrew a couple balls that he normally hits in practice, but it's a little different sensation when you're actually doing it between the hedges in front of 95,000 people. So it's good for him to get a little bit of that under his belt. Disappointed in the block extra point. And that wasn't the only time we had penetration. We had penetration a good bit. I kind of had a little bit of that throughout the year, and I think people just, they look at that film and they're like, hey, there's a crease there. We might could get through there, and they did. They got through there more than once, and just they only blocked one of them. That was disappointing. We got to look at see if the trajectory of the kick was a little low, but I think it was just a matter of protection breaking down. Didn't like the way we punted much, especially when you watch them punt in practice. Both of them really. I mean, we were oohing and on in practice. 4.75 hang time, 5.0 hang times. I mean, just bombing it, just hitting beautiful kicks, and then we go out in the game and do that. It just was not what we're looking for. So we got to get better there. Bowen getting the big pick was nice. It was nice for him to, he's trying to honor his teammate Rico Johnson after having the medical DQ. It really put a big smile on Rico's face. I saw him after the play and after the game, and it was, I think it was good medicine for him. But I think we're getting better, but still got a ways to go, which I guess is a good thing.
Coach, was it planned going in to be kind of the Todd Gurley show, or did it sort of evolve that way? You know?
Well, I think just good things happen when you give it to Todd. So I think we should probably keep giving it to him. That's kind of where we're at now.
What do you think of his pass, Mark? Was that wild dog, whatever, just did this week?
That pass was so much better than any pass in practice, in my opinion. In practice, I was like, I don't know if we should call that thing. And then we called it. I was kind of cringing a little bit, but he threw it well. And Blazer did a good job of bringing it in and hanging on to it. You get that wild dog, you could almost sell out to run every snap because we run it almost every single snap. That's the first pass we've thrown. So we definitely got the defense to the side of the play to bite up on it, but the backside safety was getting closer than I wanted it to, but we got it in, so it was good.
Mark, even though you say good things happen when you give it to Todd, you actually threw the ball more than you ran it in the first half. Was there an attempt to maybe let Hudson sort of build some confidence today against
No, I mean, obviously we want all our guys to build confidence, but we're calling the game to the best of our ability according to what we see. There's been a lot of times early in the year where we had some pass plays called, but or at least check with me type plays, where the goal was to throw a pass, but the way they lined up, it was just better to run the ball, so we ran the ball. We're trying to run it when the numbers are right to run it, and throw it when the numbers are right to throw it. But there is definitely a concerted effort to not throw the ball every time it looks like they're rolling a safety down in the box. We're just gonna flat out, we're gonna run it anyway. And, because we just, we're blocking well, and Todd and Chubb and of course Sonny before he got hurt. All those guys been playing good.
Mark, how nice was it to see Malcolm back out there, and also was Justin still not ready? Or
You know what, I was surprised Justin didn't play. If you'd asked me 24 hours ago, I'd have said Justin would play and Malcolm wouldn't play. It was really in the middle of pregame warm-up where Malcolm was like, okay, I'm going. Because I think he was a little apprehensive for a minute. And, you know, you just gotta keep practicing hard and keep smoothing your game out, and that's what both those guys are trying to do right now.
Can you talk about the game Jeff had for you?
Yeah, Jeb, I know he had 3 catches anyway, I saw that statistically. Jeb's blocking good, he knows his assignments, he catches the ball well, he runs good routes. Very smart, conscientious football player. For a freshman, he's doing excellent. And he's going to keep getting a lot of playing time for it.
You had Charlie and Winky and 2 Heisman winners, and you had Peter Ward, who was probably the most dynamic player in the country.
He's pretty good.
Have you ever, I mean, is there any of those that you would put above Gurley just on what he can do to it?
Well, Charlie was a very productive guy, and he was he was just such a smooth athlete. I mean, his style was attractive, I guess you could say. It was more than just numbers, you know. Winky was winning and numbers and competitive spirit, you know. Todd is obviously putting up great numbers, but he's just, when you watch the guy play, you're saying that guy is just a little bit different than the rest of the guys. And that's what makes him, I think, a really strong candidate. And it makes him a really good player. He's doing it, throwing and returning kicks and catching balls and obviously running the rock.
Coach, go back to the Gurley pass there. How do you balance the risk reward of having maybe showing your hand a little bit in a game like this versus getting a game scenario practice on a play call like that?
Well, we don't look at it like a game like this. You know what I mean? We just trying to win. And every week we'll have a game plan and we'll watch film, and if we think a certain play has a chance to be successful, we'll call it that week, really. Because that very same play may not be good the rest of the year, depending on who we play. I mean, we don't go looking down the road and say, hey, will this play work this week or the next week or the next week? Now, there's sometimes if you don't use a play like that, and then you watch the film and you're saying, it has a chance against this team as well. We'll do that, but we're just trying to win. I mean, I didn't feel real good till after that pick 6. I mean, I was still kind of, you know. And then when you get an extra point blocked like that, when the game goes 27 or 20 or, when it's that number, just like we're down 20 to Auburn last year, and in the 4th or whatever, and bang, 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 we get 3 scores, and now we got a 1-point lead. You know, that could have happened this game. You don't want to think it could, but it could have. And so we're just trying to win.
Is that why you didn't go for it on the 4th and the 5th?
Yeah, I mean, we're backed up, and were we just up 20 at the time? I think.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have been. I mean, I wanted really badly to go for it, but if we didn't make it right there, and they scored, and now it's a 13-point game, everybody starts getting. Everybody's stomach starts churning and changes the whole dynamic of the day. So I just didn't feel like we should do that.
Follow up on your
Go ahead.
follow up on your description of Gurley passes better than you'd seen in practice.
Yeah.
Vantage point of the press box, I saw some wobble in it, so it makes me ask what.
Well, we have a saying in Georgia. We say spirals are optional. Okay, if you hit your target, that's all we care about. Spirals are optional, so it doesn't. If it's completed, it's a pretty pass to me.
So when you say better than what you'd seen, you meant by accuracy?
Yeah, it just. even the, I don't know, it just didn't look that sporty, you know. I wasn't like, man, I can't wait to call that play. I was like, I don't know about this one, but, and it was, you know, we practiced it a little bit more in the red zone. So now we're practicing out, there was a lot of grass, so, you know, red zone, you can't, that backside safety is not gonna make a play in the red zone because it's just a short field, it's gonna happen faster. But this one was launched a little further down the field and we can practice it, and I just didn't know.
Just gonna ask you, you guys are gonna be away from this place for a month now. You just talked about the.
It'll be a long time.
Markham.
Yeah, it'll be a long time before we get back. Obviously, we had 3 in a row here, which was great. But what happened in Missouri, and then at Little Rock, open date, Florida, and then
And Kentucky.
at Kentucky, right? So that's 5 weeks, 4 games.
Yeah,
Got an open date, so it's gonna be a long time for you. I think it's the 15th, November before we get back here, so it'll be a while. And then you go 3 in a row again, so.
Obviously, you guys come back